All right, so tell the YouTube people what we're up to this time.
Well, it's October the 29th, 2016, and we're here on the up where the Longfellow Road comes up over. And we were here last year around this time, and it must have been a little later because the leaves were changed more.
We had a warmer fall this year too, though.
And Nathan and I were discussing how we used to go camping. And some of the best fun we ever had was camping. If I had a lot of money, I'd probably still buy myself a camp. Just to sleep there and be quiet. I mean, we weren't very quiet when we were camping. Even half the night we giggled and laughed and told stories. And some of the stories we told was ghost stories. And I think, did I tell you about the time, what was her name? And he had some guys from the camp down below come up there to scare them. And of course they had chamber pots. She just took the chamber pot, dumped it out the window.
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
Did I tell you that one? I forget her name now. When you get to be 91, you forget names. Like I sit there trying to remember the name of that bush, and I know it. They say it's poison to eat if you eat them. And there's so many things I've forgotten. But I still like the mountains. And Nathan was telling me, but he knows more about that road than I do. It goes out over in Longfellow, but I wouldn't want to take my car on some of the roads we were on just now. I don't know if this is deer season or something. Seems to be more traffic in here today.
I haven't seen anybody in like orange vests or anything.
No, I haven't either. Maybe just because it is this time of year and it's so pretty in the mountain. Last year, when we were up here, this was prettier. Well, now that the sun's on it, it's nicer. Clear over there in the ridge looks like somebody clear cut it or something.
Kind of does, yeah.
And one time, Nathan's mom and Brad, Brad, rode little, they call them little motorbikes or something, up this road.
Like a dirt bike or something.
Yeah. Gwen and Brad, they come ornery little kids too when they were young. And, well, just about all my life we've had a camp to go to. My dad built one when we were kids, and then we always went to Mountain Inn, and where are some of the other camps we stayed in? Oh, Kate and Andy built a camp then down where our dad's camp was, because it burnt down. We feel sure somebody burned it down. Because an empty camp, you don't have any electricity or anything that would cause a fire. And where their camp is now, it's been sold. Clear way up on the part halfway up the mountain. Somebody put up they had a cast iron stove. Stole that stove to put her down and over the mountain.
Actually, that camp wouldn't be too far from where we are now, because the main road's just down there, so it'd be out this way.
Yes, it would be. It was near the road that goes up over, what's the name of that road?
Right close to Spectacle Gap.
Spectacle Gap, because we rode up there one day and there was a fire tower. And I bet a lot of young people don't even know what a fire tower is. But there was a man and his wife stayed up there, and what their job was to watch for fires. Clear up. I think they use helicopters and stuff for that now, but they could go clear up to the top of that thing, and that was his job. I wonder how, I don't know how many times he went up in a day, or if he went up there and sat all day. But that was his job, to watch for fires and direct the fire trucks. And now they use helicopters to put out mountain fires. And when you're camping, the only refrigerator you have is a box sitting in the spring. That water is almost cold enough to be a refrigerator. Mountain spring water. You set your milk or whatever down in this box that have a wire around it, and kept your milk that way. But I remember Leona and Sarah and I went up to Mount Inn, just the three of us, my oldest sister and my youngest sister, and played rummy cube for a long time, and giggled like teenagers because just the three of us. But we had fun. One time, my sisters and I, and we were sitting at the table having our lunch, and I looked out, and there was a big black snake going up the post on the porch. And I said, "Oh my God, look at that!" So I grabbed the shovel or something. We went out. I started hitting it. A snake. The only snake to me, that's good to me is a dead one. I know you shouldn't feel that way. But Ann said, "I'll kill its tail and you kill its head." She started hitting it with a stick. So we always giggled about that. Now I don't have any sisters or any brothers left. Used to have 5 brothers and 5 sisters. Now I have Nathan, my grandson. He's a good boy. He gets sassy sometimes, though, but he's good to me. And lots of nieces and nephews. That's one of the things Lonnie said to me the other day. We're going to come up and take you out for lunch sometime. Well, Natalie and David have already done that for me. Take me out for lunch. Natalie likes to play Scrabble, so she come down to it. That's what Linda and I do when she comes over. We play Scrabble. And this winter in our apartment, we'll probably put puzzles together. We like to play games. One card game we played was sort of like Old Maids, or we called it Pig. You dealt all the cards out, and if you got a match, you grabbed one of these clothespin, and the one left, there had to be one less than what there were people, clothespins or a spoon or anything, and the one left was called a pig. And if they got 3 pigs, then you were a hog, and nobody dare talk to you. If they talk to you, then they're a pig. I don't know where we got that game, if it was something we made up, or my mother made it up, or my mother used to be a good sport too when it come to playing cards with the kids. But she wouldn't use what they call a euchre deck, a regular deck of cards. She thought they were for poker or something, I don't know what. But we had a game called Rook, and the game Old Maids, of course. I bet everybody knows what Old Maids is. Mm-hmm. It's sort of like the one I was talking about, where whoever's left with the old maid, you don't talk to them. I forget now how you do it right. And authors. We learned the name of author, people that wrote books from these cards. And my mother, she was very intelligent, I think. And she certainly knew her Bible because she read it all the time. But from helping us with our schoolwork, she could say the states and their capitals and name all the presidents, because she helped us with our schoolwork. And we didn't go to school not knowing how to print our name or say the ABCs or count. We didn't have kindergarten those days. We really didn't need it. Our mother taught us. now mothers work and kids go to daycare. One thing about Corbin, my oldest grandson, great-grandson, he was anxious to go to school. He wanted to learn to read. And he's learning to read now. And but I think he was a little disappointed in school, disappointed because it wasn't exactly what he expected, I think he thought it would be more fun. He's not used to sitting quietly. But Corbin and Eli have always gone to daycare where they teach them things. They know how to ask a blessing at the table and things like that. And I always taught my kids that too. You always say a blessing before you eat. Sometimes it was, now lay me down to sleep, or God is good, God is great. God is great, God is good, and we thank Him for our food. And my mother taught us all of those. And say a prayer before you go to bed. Now I lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. We always had to do that. I wonder how many people teach your kids how you say it now. I taught Nathan. Did we always say, now lay me down to sleep?
I think so.
I think we learned that. I taught him to say his prayer. Not that he don't do it anymore. I tell him the other day. He said he can't sleep at night. I said, well, start saying prayers and pray for people, and then maybe you'll fall asleep. There's a nice air going up here.
Yeah.
This is one of the nicest days it's been for a while. It's warmer today. I didn't have to wear a jacket. So, I don't know if I ever talked much about our apartments where I live. Got bad news today. My neighbor across the hall is not expected to live, and I'll probably get a new neighbor. And we have two preachers that live there. The one preacher is our maintenance man. He's a Mennonite. So one of the things I was doing the other night to try to get to sleep is naming all the different denominations and all these people, all these different churches. They say, we're going by the Bible. And we all think we are, you know. And the Mennonites, they're women, they cut their hair or wear slacks. They don't have TV. And Mr. Yoder, our maintenance man, he's a pastor in the Mennonite church. And Tom is a pastor in the God's Missionary Church, and they're very conservative too. But they don't preach to us. I guess they know better because we tell them, you go to your church and I'll go to mine. But my idea of being a Christian is from reading the Bible where it says, a new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another. By this people will know that you're my disciples if you love. And you can dress real conservative and not cut your hair and be a mean bitch, you know what I mean? And but we're supposed to love everybody. And I guess you shouldn't say bitch either, should you?
You can say whatever you want. This is YouTube.
And there's so many places in the Bible that talks about love, more than women shouldn't wear men's clothing. But my flags are not men's clothing. And though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not love, I'm a sounding brass and a tinkling cymbal. And even if I give all my goods to feed the poor and have not love, it's nothing. And there's so many places that Jesus talked about love, more than better not cut your hair and those kind of things. That some of you're more conservative. And I don't want to run other religions down too, because they're very nice people. But being nice is more than just what you wear or how you look. If you're going to be judged when you go to heaven, you're going to be judged how you look. Most of us can afford to be fixed up a little bit. Don't wear makeup. Well, heck, I wear my lipstick and stuff. Because I think, well, if Jesus is looking at me, if I look good enough, I better fix up. But that's not it. That's not true. Being facetious. What's that word that we used to say for somebody that talked too much?
Loquacious.
Loquacious. We used to say Betty was very loquacious. Most people wouldn't know what we're talking about anyhow. If we told her she was loquacious, she wouldn't know what we meant. I remember us saying that to Vonda, she laughed. Vonda was a good neighbor. Well, she wasn't real close to us, but not that far. But she's always making stuff. Like Beulah now does that, but Vonda always she made the best spaghetti.
Yes, she did.
I'm hungry for some of her spaghetti, and she'd send us spaghetti. Some people just naturally love to cook, and Beulah's one of them. She makes pies for people and sells them. She used to make pies she's like in the apartment right next door to me. She used to sell pies for the restaurant, or bake pies for the restaurant, but she makes them and sells them now privately. A lot of people come there looking for Beulah's pies. I don't know what my favorite pie would be. There's another car. Now he has a bright orange cap on, so could be a hunter. So I think, are we getting close to time to quit?
I think so.
We've seen a lot more cars today down in here, and I think it might be small game season or turkey or deer or something, I don't know. I used to go hunting. Did I ever tell you about my big deer that I shot?
Yeah.
He still had the antlers up home. Nathan lived in the house where I lived when we were married. But I'm not sorry I moved down to the apartments because I have less to do and I have friends and most everybody in our apartments are nice people. I can't say there's anybody that I don't like. A couple might get on your nerves, but you laugh and get over it. And now that I'm not driving, I gave up driving. Now when it comes for me to apply for a driver's license again, what'll I do?
I don't know.
Well, Florence gets, to use her identification, she gets
Just a regular photo ID. It's
Yeah.
not a driver's license.
Yeah. She went with me when I got my last driver's license. And they're good till 2019. I just looked the other day. Who knows, maybe I'll be back driving before that. I don't think I'm going to. I really don't have to drive anymore. Nathan takes me for groceries. That's where we were today. And Linda will take me to the doctor, Gwen too when she can. And then we have a group of people in our church. They're very special. This is what a Christian is. These girls, and I guess there's fellows in it too, will come and take you for your groceries, to your doctor's appointments, and they'll even wash your windows, help you clean, and change your bed. And this is what Christians are all about. And we have this group in our church, the Methodist Church at Baytown, that will do those things for you, for shut-ins, and for people that don't drive. Then I have a cleaning lady that comes once a month, and she really does a good, this last cleaning lady really does a good job. And that's what Linda gives me money for Christmas for, to pay my cleaning lady. And you don't have, when you're my age, living alone, your house don't get really dirty. The last time I had her wash the windows and that, because that don't need to be done every time she comes. But she changes my bed, runs the sweeper, does the dusting. Oh, she even did my laundry. and she wouldn't tell me what I owed her. Somebody told me that she charges $10 an hour. But I said, well, when I had another cleaning lady, I gave her $20 to run the sweeper and dust, and another $5 to change my bed, and another $5 for doing windows or something like that. But yeah, I don't have to do much. I don't do much cooking. I have my good neighbor, the one that makes the pies, often brings me in something to eat. I really appreciate it. Well, today Nathan and I had chicken pies from down at the fire hall, the Lions Club. Tonight's the Halloween parade, and the Lions Club are selling these chicken pies and gravy. And that was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Some applesauce to go with it. And my good friend Buell went and picked them up for me. Buell and Florence. Like I said, I have good neighbors. Anything else we want to talk about?
I think that's good for this time around.
Okay. And again, I say this is nice. This is called Licking Creek. And don't say Licking Creek, it's Licking Creek. I said that before, didn't I?
I think so.